I need the support, you know what I mean? I'm trying to do the music thing. I need some support.
Well, you got it. Me, Ant, and Stoney, and Mac, we got it.
That's all I need to hear, bro. Love you.
Shit, I done been through it all. Y'all niggas, you can't feel my pain. And shit we used to do, we can't do, cause shit done changed. Everybody got a pistol, think they got good aim. And I done lost so many partners to this ill dope game. R.I.P., but you want R.I.P. me. I was nervous about a pop was on the passenger seat. I'm packing my heat, trying to get back on my feet. Word in the always dope boy, he got the sacks of the week. But it's not for the weak, cause only the strong survive. As long as I stay high, jump these deuces and ride. Believe that I can do it by my goddamn self. All you niggas going right, well bitch, I'm busting a left. Some real niggas in this bitch and we demand respect. And if I slap me a hoe, that mean a man is next. Cause a nigga with no hustle, he is worthless, Jack. And a bitch like this is even worse than that. The game fucked up and I ain't got no friends. And everybody think I'm ballin' cause I bought me a Benz. But you don't know my struggle, so you cannot feel the hustle. On the block all day, I had to jug and bubble, smoking on AmsterdamnShawty. And I ain't up in state. This here is Tony the Tiger. Say, man, this shit is great. Now what you know about that bubble? You ever tasted great, babe? I'm finna roll up this blue cheese and rise to the A. Me and my homie Carlito, that's my fucking people. Rapping with me, amigo. Drinking on a mojito. It's like a pasa sicilio. Coca aquí, amigo. Onion said that is bueno. It's mucho gracias, amigo. I never claim to be killer, but I will claim a hustle. Now I will whoop me a bitch, and that's word to your mother. I get it, what to your sister, and say that I ain't your brother. Born and raised in the streets, and I reside in the gutters. And real niggas in this bitch, and we demand respect. And if I slap me a hoe, that mean a man is next. Cause a nigga with no hustle, he is worthless, Jack. And a bitch like this is even worse than that. I said a bitch like this is even worse than that. I said a bitch like this is even worse than that. I said a nigga with no hustle, he is worthless, Jack. And a bitch like this is even worse than that. Bitch, I go harder to paint, go even harder on drink. They must be getting to the money. What the fuck do you think? Go ahead and bust up that rello, go ahead and roll up that thing. I'm screaming R.I.P. Drew, I'm screaming rest in peace Stank. Man, I'm a beast in the street, man, I'm a fool in this booth. Boy, I can vouch for myself, my flow, my goddamn proof. They catching late night cases and don't get number probation. My niggas go to the bed, I'm talking about 10-year vacation and shit. I'm a nigga, and I can't stand a buster. The only thing worse than one is two of you motherfuckers. You see, I spit that real shit, and that's that shit that they hate. So tell them hoes they can't stop me, cause they done waited too late. Now what you know about that work? I cook that shit like a chef. You bring that thing to me raw, I cook that shit up myself. Get today packed together, I hit the block and I rap. And I know you hoe watching, that's why I'm watching myself. Some real niggas in this bitch and we demand respect. And if I slap me a hoe, that mean a man is next. Cause a nigga with no hustle, he is worthless, Jack. And a bitch like this is even worse than that. I said a bitch like this is even worse than that. I said a bitch like this is even worse than that. I said a nigga with no hustle, he is worthless, Jack. And a bitch like this is even worse than that. In the nightlife, trying to fight life, in the nightlife, live in the nightlife, in the nightlife, trying to fight life, say that I live in the nightlife, no time to killed in the nightlife. It's every day I'm on the head trying to fight life. Feels like I'm back in my head in the nightlife. Say that I live in the nightlife. No time to play, I'm gonna be killed in the nightlife. It's every day I'm on the head trying to fight life. Feels like I'm back in my head in the nightlife. Okay, nightlife. There comes a point in my life when I had to tote my tool. Kept an ounce of weed somewhere, that got me kicked out of school. Nigga had